While everyone's fixated on the southern border, Trump's been busy turning the U.S. into a clearance sale for the Gulf states. This week, Trump embarked on a Gulf tour where Saudi Arabia pledged $600 billion in investments. Qatar is expanding its stakes in U.S. ports, AI labs, and media outlets. But this isn't about economic development. It's about influence acquisition.
I think it's not entirely surprising. I mean, if you think about it, in President Trump's book, the Gulf states are actually, almost near perfect partners. They run a trade deficit with the U.S. They buy a lot of U.S. weapons and a lot of U.S. arms, and they've made, colossal investment pledges into the U.S. economy, which is something that is at least symbolically significant for Trump's own domestic economic agenda. Saudi Arabia has pledged around $600 billion, at the UAE $1.4 trillion. And the question of whether that's feasible, given the current price environment of oil hovering at around 60 degrees, is a whole other matter. What matters here, I think, from the Trump's perspective is the headline.
These countries have been quietly embedding themselves into American institutions for years. Qatar owns significant U.S. real estate, has stakes in elite universities, think tanks, and news outlets. The UAE is integrated into our energy grid and defense contracts. Saudi Arabia owns the largest refinery in the U.S. and has funded ventures like Jared Kushner's $2 billion private equity firm. Now they're getting even more access without congressional approval, regulation, or even much public scrutiny.
There are potentially measures that are going to be put in place that's going to make it easier for sovereign wealth funds from the region, who are some of the largest sovereign wealth funds and most active deal makers in the world, to begin to invest more money into the United States and face potentially less scrutiny from CFIUS. And there are also potential expectations that the U.S. could ease some of the restrictions on access to advanced U.S. technology and semiconductors.
Trump replaced experienced civil servants with billionaires and loyalists, ensuring there's no one left to say no. Remember when MBS had a journalist off? Trump defended him, Biden promised accountability, and then fist bumped him. Now MBS is back, and he's buying even more influence. This isn't diplomacy, it's a liquidation sale, and everyone's yelling at the front door while Trump is at the back handing over the keys.